folks. Welcome back to the Rajiv Show, and I'm your host, Rajiv Doreswamy, and welcome to Season 2 Life in India. And this is the first episode, Journey to Another World. This is the first time I've traveled to India, and I've got to discover that there is another world far beyond the Philippines. And this was a life changing experience, a first time flying, and I was young, and I am still young. But I would love to share this beginning experience of how it all began. This was uh, 2004 December, and it was uh, my mother's decision to bring me and my sister to India. My father was already ahead, and we arrived at January 2005. Uh, and the experience being in an airport, being in an airplane, it's an amazing feeling. uh but before that, let's travel back. And during during the December of 2004, we have this tradition which we still carry on, which is bonfire and a lovely dinner outside uh with the family. And I would like to emphasize that moment first, because that moment is very significant for us. We do celebrate Christmas as a family, and that's the love that we share. That's the love that we have for each other. And uh, as we move towards the journey, it was a long 5 hour drive to Manila, and we went to the airport and we said our goodbyes, and it felt like we were leaving one of the most valuable parts of our lives, especially for me. At that time, I had no idea how it felt to leave someone, because I was young, and I did not know much about emotions. And as we left, we headed into the airport. The, the look of an airplane is much different than it is with your toys. And if you're one of those generation who still plays with toys and collectibles, I mean, shout out to you guys. But it's unbelievable feeling to be up inside a plane. A lot of beautiful people, and of course I was safe with my sister and my mother on the plane. And it was an amazing feeling, especially being able to look at uh, uh, especially being able to travel to another world. One thing I really am fascinated about in uh, traveling in an airplane is that uh, there there's something about being in an airplane that is far different than it is being in a car, where you can see the direction and you can see where you're heading. But when you're up in the sky, how many meters above, it 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 really makes you feel that you're such a small piece of a part of a big thing. That's the moral of the story. I mean, as you travel from one place to another place, and of course you're flying and you're ascending into the sky, you notice that the houses outside the window, if you're traveling, stay safe. uh, but as you see it from the airport, I mean, if you from the airplane, you see it through the window, you notice that all the buildings, they look big up front, but as you ascend, they begin to look small. And then as you leave, as you're already up in the air, you notice that it becomes a big picture. You get to see the cities, and you get to see cars, and you get to see that the beauty of the world, and the picture that it creates from above is much different than it is being in another city, and that's the beautiful part of traveling. And of course, next episode it's gonna be uh, the culture shock, basically the culture shock of how things are in Bangalore in India. I hope you enjoyed the story.